Okay, hi there, it's another episode of Yearbook University having to do with design. So today, hopefully this will be really fast because we're talking about one topic, and we're going to talk about eyelines. Okay, so let's get started. So in your notes, please do write down an eyeline is an imaginary horizontal line spacing and unifying the spread. So the eyeline travels across the two pages that face each other in the book, like that, visually linking the two pages. Okay. We also talked about another linker for the two pages can be the dominant element because it spans the gutter. So we want to try and make those two pages feel cohesive, not a singular page. We want to feel like one unified spread. So we use the eyeline to do this, and we use dominant element packages spanning the gutter in order to kind of bring a cohesion, just sort of stitch the two together. Okay, so here we look at a example spread without an eyeline. Holy guacamole! That is a cluttered mess. There, it just feels like I'll throw up on the spread. There's not a whole lot of organization. There are some things aligned, but it's kind of a hot mess. So this is without an eyeline. In contrast, with an eyeline, we can see that there's kind of this superhighway that travels across the spread, unifying one to the other, giving our eye a nice pathway to travel from here all the way to here. Or in this case, we start off with her because she's the dominant element. We travel upwards and then down and then across. It kind of gives us this nice like band to travel across. Now, not everything needs to be above or below the eyeline. It's nice to have most elements on the spread doing that, but as you can see, they have this sidebar element off to the side. It does not kind of work with the eyeline, but that's okay because it's on the very edge of the page. So most of the page is functioning around that eyeline. Again, before, no eyeline, bleh, throw up. It doesn't have a whole lot of organization happening. I'll stop making that noise. Sorry, guys. But again, we don't really have a superhighway. There isn't much of a dominant element. Our eye is like, what is happening here? In contrast, with an eyeline, even when we remove it away, you can see that there's this nice, clear kind of super pathway for us to travel from one to the other. I would say the other thing that they need to do in the spread is make a very, very clear dominant photo. Everything is about the same size. It's like bing, 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 bing. We've talked about this before. Not exactly a great spread, but it's getting there. Okay, so when designing, please have this in your notes. Eyeline should should span the spread in the upper or lower third of the spread. So either towards the top or towards the bottom, not in the middle. Don't do it in the middle. The eyeline anchors the spread, so be sure that each element is near to it or touches it, like the dominant element should most definitely touch the eyeline. And so we want to declare what the eyeline is, and then we're going to start by placing the dominant image first, and then working in an outward fashion from there. Okay, so example eyeline right here. This is in the kind of the center of the page. Not so great. I would say it would be better if it was up a little bit or down a little bit. It's kind of smack dab in the center. But you can see how the dominant element is touching it. It kind of creates this super pathway for everything around it, makes our eye travel from one side of the page to the other. The other thing that does that is the dominant photo kind of spanning the gutter, which would be right about here. I don't love the fact that his face is like right almost in the gutter. Moving on, we can see this one is in the upper third, much better. We've got a lot more visual weight, kind of grounds the spread, makes it feel more secure, more heavy by having the bottom third weighted to the top or the bottom, you know, that sort of thing. Here, when we remove the eyeline, you can see nice superhighway, things are touching it, we've got things aligned. It is bellissimo. All right, again, eyeline, this one's a little bit chunkier, a little bit wider. Eyelines can be different widths, so you can see that design-wise, this particular yearbook decided that their eyeline was going to be a little bit wider to really create a lot of white space and openness, but very much fell for second lunch. Woo! Very much creating flow between the two pages. All right, one more example. Can you find the eyeline? Good, you did. It's down here. I'm just guessing you did. You should by now. Very clear spanning from one side to the other. All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully that was fast and you got some additional notes about designing with an eyeline and where an eyeline should be and what to or don't do with an eyeline. Really short, sweet, to the point. Eyeline, not eyeliner. Okay, bye, guys.